Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where I'm going to be giving you a reaction and review to BiSH's song Hontou Honki, which basically means really serious. And as usual, the way that we do this is I've actually just done the reaction. If you want to watch the song with me before I give you the review, pause this video, click the link in the description below, and it will open up a separate YouTube player where you can watch the song with me, and you can go through that first reaction with me, get an idea for the song if you haven't heard it before, or just see my reaction if you want to. But I'm about to give you the review. So are you ready for the review? Don't say I didn't warn you. Have you heard the song? Have you seen my reaction? Are you good for the review? Here it comes. All right, actually, first, before we give you the review, can I talk about how freaked out I am right now? Actually, usually what I do is I stop the reaction and I come straight over to giving the review immediately. Literally, I turn from the computer to this camera, go straight into it. This time, I paused that frame and then I opened up the Silent Siren video. Yeah, I was right. Now, I'm not going to say that I've watched that Silent Siren video quite a few times. Hashtag no bias. But it kind of freaked. You have no idea how many junctions there are in Japan that look a lot like that. So I don't know why, but just somehow I recognized that was the same junction pretty much instantly. I'm kind of freaked out by the fact that I realized that, the fact I noticed that. I think we can safely say that that was weird. That was very, very weird. All right, let's move on to the song now. So that was, I think now I get the feeling that was more of an old school one of theirs, one of their older songs. It certainly gave that impression. It had that sort of punky vibe that I think, from at least what I've gathered, seems to be more in line with what they formerly were about. Although they still do that kind of music, but that kind of sound, you could hear there's slight difference in the way the production is done now. It's a little bit more full, a little bit more fully produced, a little less sort of a punk energy, more of a full sounding rock energy now, if you kind of get what I'm saying. So this one had that nice playful, sort of almost like garage punk sound to it, whilst also being really well formed. It was almost like there was so much happening. It was kind of hard to really sort of follow, and it comes in immediately. There's no real break there. You just come barreling in and just shoots along from that point. Now, it had a lot of the qualities that, like I say, I really love about BiSH when they're doing their best stuff, which is, first of all, really sort of throwing yourself into something, but also nailing it. You know, it doesn't sound like a pastiche. It actually sounds like the writers really understand what they're doing when they approach the genre. And each individual member of the band is given their own vocal bit, and they're nicely layered, they're nicely positioned so that, you know, it's not just put them out in any order. They're all singing bits that are appropriate for their voices. And it means that you can hear each member is really involved in the song in their own way. So I just liked the way that came across. In fact, I think looking at the member lineup, it was different from the current member, the member lineup we're used to now. So, but I was just mainly taken by the song and the quick cutting video as well. The thing which was really interesting about this song, primarily, is that it used some techniques that I think often get quite long in the tooth when they use too much in a song, but it used them really well. For example, the sort of hammering beat. Now, a lot of you guys know that I sometimes am a little bit critical when more heavy music uses a really heavy double kick drum and overdoes it, because I think that the problem with that can often be that it kind of removes a lot of the impact when you're just getting boom, 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 boom. This had a sort of a snare kick, snare kick, snare kick sort of thing. Why am I doing two hands for a kick? Snare kick, snare kick, snare kick thing, which kind of gave it, again, a sort of hammering sound. But it worked really well in obviously not just being on the kick, you know, so moving between snare and kick, you're getting a balance of tones. Also, the vocal melody was really nice as a juxtaposition. You had these big sort of held choral sound over it. So really the beat was more just maintaining the hyperactive, fast-moving energy that the song had built up to that point. You know, the chorus was good. It was catchy enough to be, you know, rewarding every time it came back round. Not quite catchy enough to be sort of memorable on a earwormy level. However, it worked very much as what it was. The pre-chorus I adored. I loved the sort of melodic, harmonic way that went. But again, without sucking the energy out of the song. The song knew how to make little shifts in various things, like the beat occasionally, or the melody occasionally, you know, the speed that the syllables were being delivered was one of the examples. Just enough to sort of signpost slight shifts in the song without taking away from the core energy. There was always something barreling along, making it sound like the song was non-stop up until the bridge, which we'll get to in a minute. There was always something giving you a feeling that the song was breathless and kinetic. However, certain little bits of the song, certain parts of the arrangement would occasionally just back off a little bit, just to give a tonal shift. And I loved that. I loved the fact that even though it was just hammering along all the way through. You felt like there was different shifts in it. You felt like there was different moments in it. Bits where the melodic side came to the forefront, or where the beat was just sort of, had a little bit of a breather, but then everything else in the song kept on charging. Like I say, it was just a nice balance. There was always something driving, but at the same time, everything was moving around. There was detail to the arrangement. So it was punky and at the same time cleverly balanced, I'd say. So as a general, it wasn't like the chorus was a standout moment or the pre-chorus was a standout moment. It's like each bit just kind of nicely followed like a string of mad, bizarre, pummeling sound. And then, like I said, with that nice balance, the way that the bridge came in, the bridge actually then went poppy and backed everything off a bit. I thought that was a nice choice because you could see immediately they've been barreling along with the song, like I say, and then they just finally got to the point where I was like, okay, let's wind back the spring one last time and let it go. So you could tell that was just done to blast into the last chorus, which is exactly what they did, and it worked. The video, sort of very old school, hyperactive, loved the imagery. It was kind of nice to see them playing around and going a bit over the top, throwing the paint around, pushing each other around in shopping trolleys. Call them shopping carts in America, whatever you want to call them. The bit with the megaphone, I have no idea why Momoko was running around with a gun. I thought that would be paid off at some point in the story, in the narrative, but no, she just had a gun at one point, as you do. So there was a real feeling to me that the song was just playfully fun. And like I said, I know these, BiSH, especially in the earlier parts of their career, had a bit of a formulated image to a point, but I do think it's very genuine of them that they are just kind of a bit crazy and a bit fun, and it's part of their personalities that they're a bit over the top. I think they're a good collection of personalities to put together in a group, and I think that shines through and is why they don't really have to be quite as designed as they perhaps originally were, from what I've seen and what I've heard, and a little bit of reading as well, actually. So to me, this felt, although, obviously it's designed to be over the top, it felt as well to have a genuine sense that there was an infectious element of fun, that they actually were enjoying this, that their personalities were shining through as much as just being presented and created in sort of a video form. So I would say that this was one that I enjoyed. I think if I wanted something punky, but I wanted something with a little bit of a different, to have the female vocals, which so often punk doesn't have, and even hard rock doesn't have as much as you'd expect. If I wanted something like that, which had detail and nuance, so it could be enjoyed as punky, but not just in a sort of head-bangingly energetic way, with a little bit of detail as well. This is a song that I definitely come back to for that. I think it was really enjoyable. I think the video complemented it as well. It's a good, fun video. This is just a song that's really, really very good at being what it is. High energy, but like I say, with a bit of smarts as well, sort of just enough smarts to, add those details that make it worth coming back to. However, like I say, it's one of those ones, when something's not naturally earwormy, it doesn't always stick in your memory to come back to it. So I think this would be one which would certainly complement like a BiSH or a sort of high tempo playlist. Definitely one that I would say I'm going to try and keep on my playlist, because I'm certainly going to want to come back to this a few times. Just, it's good, sort of crazy fun. I guess you could say it's good, dumb fun, but not actually dumb. I really enjoyed this, like I say, and it just adds more to the wonderful plethora of crazy sounds that BiSH have produced. And so as a result, you know what time it is. You guys can get in the comments now. You can like and subscribe as well if you want. Get in the comments, tell me what you think, whether you heard this song before or not, whether you like it or dislike it. It's all about discussion on this channel. Music is only as enjoyable as you enjoy it. Subjective opinion. I've worked with music my entire life, so I can try and verbalize things, but ultimately I'm just here to start the conversation between all of us. And obviously the conversation also continues on our Discord, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, all the other social medias linked in the description below, along with the reaction link that you hopefully just clicked earlier. And until then, there's our Patreon as well, so big thank you to all those guys. But either way, thank you for making it through to the end of this video, and until I see you hopefully on the next video here in Japan soon, for now, ciao ciao.